In previous classes, we were talking that I am not physical body, I am not prana, I am not mind, I am not intellect, and also all the time I was called that I am a sakshi, means I witness. And this witnessing should be a process, rather a practice or a job. That is most important point to be noted. Because mind always jumps from one end to another end. Always mind goes for extremes. Like how this computer functions, binary 0 1 0 1 0 1. Same thing also mind. There is no in between. When I say that I am not body, I am not prana, I am not mind, I am not my decision making faculty. Now the mind will come forward and say, look, I am not ajnanam. So ajnanam here is Anandamaya Kosha technically, but ajnana means ignorance, technically called Anandamaya Kosha. Also we can say the ignorance, both we can take it. Now what happens in the process when mind does not find any substance, where mind can hold on to, where mind can boss over, where mind can find some interest, definitely that mind will not like and will go to other extreme. So what is the other extreme here? Oh, everywhere the Shastra says, the scripture, the teachings highlights that I am Sakshi, I am witness, I do witness, I am witnessing everything. That means I am witness. So this becomes the job of the mind. That is how people destroy themselves. Especially if you look at, there are tricks and techniques, whether it is vipassana, this, that, even if all the psychological angles, if you look at psychologists, they are very much observing others. Also, they are able to observe themselves, not that they don't observe themselves. Most of the psychologists are able to observe themselves too. But that becomes their job, that becomes their habit, or later on sometimes it becomes their passion sometimes, okay? So here, same thing may happen. I may keep observing myself, taking that as my job, taking that as my habit, or that can be my passion. Remember, that is not healthy either. That was our last class that we discussed. That's why I'm reminding you very carefully. But while talking this thing, it says, look, even though this is the truth, no doubt in it, but prior to that, I need to remind myself with reference to body, prana, mind, or all pancha koshas, 5 koshas mainly, I need to use this sakshi bhava in me, the sense of witnessing. So encouraging the sense of witnessing has to be there. Then only I'll be able to develop a sense of objectivity. So that's why last verse number 48, it was being highlighted. Puna punaha vichyev. So puna punaha vivichya iti. So that means what? The one is supposed to again and again put effort to discriminate. So having discriminated again and again. And of course, while discussing this thing, there is a possibility. Okay, all these things fantastic. But what about me and this creation? I think we saw 49, still we'll read it, okay? Naham maya tat na tat karyam na sakshi paramosmyaham iti nisansaya jnanat muktir vedanta dindimaha. So this is the proclamation of Vedanta Shastra, or Vedanta proclaims. So what does it proclaim? Mukti, liberation, only comes because of jnana. Jnanat, because of jnanam. So what sort of jnanam? It says nishanshaya jnanam. So the knowledge that which is free from doubt. If there is little bit doubt, we all have knowledge, okay? It is like, in our, what do you call, papers, when slowly they introduced, alternatives, A, B, C, D, okay? So there will be, this one question. And there will be, for example, the capital of such and such country. Option A, B, C, D. So you sometimes might not be knowing that country name. Forget about capital. Sometimes it happens, okay? If I ask, what is the capital of Ethiopia? Okay, not bad, okay? Thank you. So then A, B, C, D will be there. So when you do not know what is the country name, or sometimes you know country name, there is a confusion, okay? So okay, I am putting it. What is the financial capital of India? So, okay, because financial capital is Mumbai, so people say, no, Delhi. So because Delhi is popular now. Once upon a time Mumbai was popular, now also it still controls everything, don't worry. But things have distributed now at present. However, coming to the point. So when A, B, C, D is there, this is the point, nothing else. When you are not aware, not sure, first you say, Mumbai. Somehow you guessed. Then other person says, are you sure? Are you sure? 3 times when the person says, are you sure? Are you sure? And with the confidence that person talks, what happens to you? If there is a slightest doubt, then maybe Delhi, you understand? So this is called doubtful knowledge. And interestingly, we have this doubtful knowledge with reference to ourselves. Why and how? Because of a lot of subjectivity. You can see for yourself. To make a decision for others is very easy. Whereas to make decision for yourself, how much compromising you do? Because if you make decision, you have to stick to it. And very well you cannot stick to it. And again, sometimes the worst thing is you decide, then you cannot stick to it. Again you compromise, again you decide, compromise, decide, justify. Finally, what happens? So here, this is called doubtful knowledge. So the jnanam means jnanam of one's own self. We'll see this jnanam here. That which is completely free from doubts, means not shakable. Any circumstances, any difficulties, especially, or whenever there is some challenge, it is not going to change, it is unshakable. And now question comes, what is that jnanam? He says this jnanam is called aham parama asmi iti. So I am someone is paramaha, the supreme reality. Asmi iti, aham asmi, I am. How is it possible? But what happens to me? What I look at? He says, look, generally I look at either I am Maya or Tatkaryam. Or Sakshi, there are 3 levels. Either I look at myself, I am the product, or I am the cause, or I am indifferent to both product and cause. Especially starting with, I am victim, means what? You are product. You are being victimized by someone. Or I punish. I must, teach a lesson to the person. I must advise. So this is the second level. Third one is what? Neither I am victimized, nor I am going to, make someone a victim or make somebody guilty. Another level, this is psychological, physical. I am child of my parents. Product. I am parents. I become the cause. Sometimes neither I am child, fed up of being child, fed up of also being parents. You understand? So I am indifferent to both. Just I am giving you examples how it happens. So this happens in our day-to-day life with reference to any transaction that we do. So we only behave in three ways. Either I am receiving end, at the receiving end, or giving place, or I am indifferent. So there is a third way of looking at life. So that he hits very technically, not ordinarily, extreme way. This is the teaching here. He says, Naham Maya iti. So Maya means that that which creates this creation. Brahman plus Maya is equal to creation. That we have discussed many times differently, different occasions. So I am not Maya, means I am not this creation, I am not the product at all. And when it says Maya means here is it will go as a cause. I'm extremely sorry. Maya as the cause. That which causes the creation to come to an existence. So na aham Maya iti. I am not the cause. Okay, maybe I am the creation. He says no, na tat karyam iti. So neither I am its effect. Okay, what about me being Sakshi, being witness, indifferent, that I highlighted earlier. I am a Sakshi Purusha. In meditation, I observe, I close my eyes, I keep observing, especially in Vipassana. I'm sorry to bring this more and more, that word, I don't know why I'm bringing it. Just they pick up few things and try to do it. That's what I call marketing strategy. However, we say very carefully, this is what my old, now I have to change that. If soft drinks called Pepsi and Coca-Cola, having nothing, dangerous to the body, you know better, sells very, very well in the world. Once upon a time, now it is slowly reducing, if I'm right. Because of not anything, but only because of publicity. Publicity, availability, and packaging. If these three things are there, you can sell anything and you can sell anything to anybody. If not all the time, at least for some time. This much I can assure you. However, let me not get into, this is completely different thing altogether. In fact, all the religious people, they do the same strategy. Why in every nook and corner there should be a church, there should be a temple, there should be organization, you understand? So this is called availability. And through the availability, there is also publicity. Dung, dung, dung. You understand? That is called publicity, reminding you consciously, subconsciously, all the way. Whole locality knows that this fellow is over there. You understand? Hey, you do whatever silently. No, they must make sure. Availability, publicity, and packaging. So packaging with your emotions. Playing with your emotion. Packaging here is playing with your emotions, but all the package is related to your emotions. However, let us not get into controversy. No sakshi iti. So I am not even witnessing anything. I am not witness either. The one who he thinks, one who understands this jnanam. And who am I? Am paramah asmiti. I am the absolute reality. This knowledge without any doubt only make free. If there is little doubt whenever comes, I am sorry, I am trapped. Let us read the next verse. Naham sarvamaham sarvam mama sarvamiti sputam gyate tatve kutah dukkham iti vedanta dindimaha. It says, aham sarvam na aham sarvam iti. Here, if you look at very carefully, that I am someone, aham na sarvam iti. So when I say aham na sarvam iti, so that means what? I am none. So what does this non sarvam? Sarvam means I am this creation. So I am not this creation. But aham sarvam is very carefully, same word is being played very carefully. Aham na sarvam iti. So that means what? I am none of this creation. But at the same time, I am all, I am everything. Because without me, this creation cannot exist. We'll see. This is what to understand. And not only that, interestingly, says beautifully that mama, not only aham sarvam, sarvam mama iti. So everything is mine. So whatever I see, whatever I do is mine. Because that is to be really understood very carefully. Because problem is, if everything is mine, I don't have any problem. If nothing is mine, also I don't have any problem. Problem is, something is mine, something is not mine. You understand? Just very superficially gross way I am saying it. The one who is on the road, having nothing, literally nothing, I'll tell you that person is more comfortable, more healthier than us, okay? All over the world, this corona is making havoc. How many beggars have died with corona? We have taken statistics in India. No. Nothing happens to them. Yeah, they should be, they have malnutrition, they have all sort of problem. Even if you have everything, somebody said, no, when vitamin D deficiency, hey, expose yourself to the sunlight. No, I need to have tablet, you understand? And there is some lotion also, if you apply, it seems vitamin D will enter into your body. What I am trying to highlight here is, in spite of all sort of malnutrition and whatnot, nothing happens to them. In fact, they are healthier. And of course, they are comfortable. At least they sleep. When they hit the bed, they are dead. But what happens to us? Toiling on the bed. Fighting with poor pillows, bed and whatnot. Nowadays, there is no pillow fighting, bed fighting. Nowadays, cellular phone fighting. This is new, development. However, so here he says, I am not only the point, I am not creation, but I am everything. At the same time, everything is mine. So when everything is mine, I don't have any sense of fear. That's why, very nicely, the concept of this Radha, which I don't accept it, but here I can bring this point. Radha and Krishna, which somehow I have my own problem, okay? They say very nicely in the bhakti concept, which Radha, it seems, highlights. I have never seen any scripture, but a lot of scriptures have been created later on. A lot of text based on that. So Radha, it seems, highlights that whether I belong to Krishna or not, but Krishna belongs to me. That's why Radha does not see any difference between herself and Krishna. That is how they talk, but how far, don't ask me, okay? I have my own problem. It's very contradicting. If I try to look at little more, I'll tell you, I'll find out a lot of mistakes. This is the problem. But it suits to the emotional people, you understand? If you talk this way, wow, Swamiji. But when emotional nuts are there, you have to talk that emotional way, you understand? The Vedanta doesn't work, okay? So I have to change, okay? Once in a while, then having all these things, drama, okay? Then that really works. However, let me not get into this wrong concept at this moment. And also he says beautifully, if this is the case, where am I? Okay, sorry. Sarvam iti sputam iti tattve. So not only that, he says very carefully, Sarvam iti sputam. So that means what? That whatever you see, everything is known. Sarvam, everything is known. When it is known, gyate, what happens? Dukham. Oh, sorry. What is this? Okay, sorry. Sarvam iti sputam. Gyate tattve kutam dukham. That's why I'm looking for gyate word. I'm not finding. So that's why I say. So gyate tattve. So when the tattvam is gyate means is known. So this truth, this reality, when is known. Kutaha dukham iti. Where from the dukham, the sorrow, will arise, or when or where there is sorrow, means there is no chance of any sorrow. Let us read the next verse. Dehadi panchakoshastha ya satta pratibhasate sa sattatmana sandeha iti Vedanta Dindimaha. Now here says, Yaha satta dehadi panchakosastha pratibhasate sa satta atma na sandeha. There is no doubt in it. Na sandeha. And with reference to what? Atma. Means this is Atma, there is no doubt. And what is that? She says, Sa Satta. So the existence is called Atma. There is no doubt. So what do you mean by the word existence? He says, look, we have this Dehadi Panchakosha. So especially we have three bodies. Dehadi, body, etc. So what is that? The body starts with gross body, subtle body, and causal body. So these three are connected to five koshas. The gross body is connected to directly Stula, please, Stula Sariram connected to Annamaya Koshaha. Please, Tattvabodha, go back. Then comes subtle body, that Sukshma Sarira connected to Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. And Karana Sariram connected to causal body, connected to Anandamaya Sharira. Sorry, Anandamaya Kosha. Correct? So now he says this point very carefully. Dehadi Panchakosastha. That you are able to see, that exist. My Stula Sarira exists. gross body. My mind exists. Of course, my causal body exists. That's why I am happy, at least because of that reason. That it exists, the existence because of whose presence it exists. Who lends that existence? That factor, that satta is me. There is no doubt in it. That's why with the development of the body or destruction of the body, makes no difference to me. I continue the way I am supposed to. And this is what Vedanta proclaims. Let us look at one more verse so that we'll complete it. Dehadi panchakosastha ya spurtiranubhuyate sprutiratma naivanyat iti Vedanta dindimaha. Iti Vedanta dindimaha. As usual. He says, look, na anyat. That's a beautiful point. Na eva anyat. That means not at all any other thing. And what is that? Atma. So that means what? That if you look at Atma, is what? Spruti iti. So when it says spruti, spruti means the knowledge. So knowingness, if you want to use word in English, okay? Knowingness. So because of whose presence you are able to know. Previous verse was because of whose presence it existed or it exists. Now here because of whose presence or what makes you to know. That's better word. What makes to exist, what makes to know. So he says, Yaha Spruti. So we are able to experience, we are able to understand, we are able to know. And what we are able to know? Starting with Dehadi Panchakosha, all the three bodies. And of course, in details, 5 kosas, 5 sets, starting with Annamaya Kosa to Anandamaya Kosha. That I am able to know. I am able to know my body. I am able to know my mind. I am able to know my thinking faculty, my prana, including my ajnana. So that I am able to know. So that knowingness is nothing but is me. That's why I am able to experience everything. Saspriti, that knowingness is me. And remember, it says beautifully, knowingness is the Atman, not other than anything. Means other than Atman, nothing is there. Because of whose presence I know everything. So that means, if I am that, why should I be worried? Why should I really put myself into the sense of insecurities and its consequences? More of it we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.